what I would like to do tonight is talk to you about a study that we did last year on clubs with a consistent growth culture through the lens of Rotary's action plan. There are 4 major priorities in Rotary's action plan: increase our impact, expand our reach, enhance participant engagement, and increase our ability to adapt. The basis of what I want to share with you is a survey that we just completed last fall. And that survey included clubs across the United States, Canada, and the Caribbean. We were focused on clubs with a consistent growth culture over the past 5 years. So what I'm going to share with you today is what we learned. The first priority is increase our impact. Now, there were 4 action statements associated with increase our impact. We have strong governance and leadership continuity. We actively partner with other organizations. We set club goals and track our progress. And you can see here, those clubs that responded to the survey all said, yes, we often or always do that. So the one I'm going to talk about with you on increase our impact is setting realistic goals and tracking our progress. Did they actually set them in Club Central? And the answer was a resounding yes. They set goals at a rate 40 to 50% higher than the average club. And they track them. What we see when we see growth in clubs, it's almost always intentional. The second priority is expand our reach. Now, there were 3 actions associated with expand our reach. We use multiple media to tell our story. We actively partner with other organizations, and we strive to ensure our members reflect our community. All of these action plan statements, these clubs told us, yes, we do these. We do these often and always. The one I want to highlight here is about using multiple forms of media to tell your story. And I want to do that with a very short story. This club in 2019 had 12 members. They were super active in their community, and they were a lot of fun to be with. And they were in a suburban community where there's lots more people with a heart for service that could join their Rotary Club. One of the main reasons why they had such a small Rotary Club is because nobody knew about what they were doing. They learned about a Facebook group that highlighted community service events. And they started posting their community service events. They invited people to join them, and they did. And I'm happy to say 3 years later, that club now has 36 members. The third priority is enhancing participant engagement. Now, there were 3 action statements associated with enhancing participant engagement. We celebrate our successes and have fun together. That was the highest rated one of any of the action statements. Members and others are keen to participate, and we seek out and support our members' priorities. The one I want to highlight here is around seeking out and supporting our members' priorities. One of the most important things that leadership in a club, in a growing club, can do, listen to their members. And there's lots of ways to listen to your members. But to me, the most important time to learn about our members' interests and priorities is when they join your club. When they join your club, we have a golden opportunity to learn what are their interests. Now, our fourth priority is increasing our ability to adapt. When I look at the 4 action statements here, the one that I want to highlight, we are open to new ideas and trying new things. The idea of creating alternate experiences in your club. We all know there's lots of people in your community with a heart for service where a lunchtime meeting just isn't going to work. Thinking about alternate experiences, sometimes it's just an alternate meeting time, but sometimes it's just a different model, like an impact club or a next-gen club. So please think about alternate experiences as ways to grow your club. And this is the way you can do it. You can grow your club on a step change in this way. Now, 2 more things I want to cover. When we think about attrition, the average attrition for North American clubs is 15%. Now, when we looked at these 350 growing clubs, the average attrition rate was also 15%. But the difference was in the attraction rate. When we look at North American clubs, the average attraction rate is 12%, but these growing clubs, it was 25%. These clubs were focused on creating an irresistible experience to attract new members. When we think about growing our club, if we focus on attraction, the attrition tends to take care of itself. So here's another way to think about the attributes of growing clubs. So the first one is effective governance. And I kind of alluded to this before, intentional leadership. Second one is active, intentional member engagement. And the third one is dynamic, meaningful service. And the fourth is strong public image. And the fifth one is diversity, equity, and inclusion, especially diversity, thinking about how do we make our club look more like our community.